You see, when it comes to relationships and what people call love, that is one difficult situation to maneuver as an outsider. Once people have told themselves, oh my God, I am in love with a person, it becomes almost impossible to get them out of it till they are mentally ready to exit. A lot of people in today's world, and sadly, I was one of those idiots that felt like if I loved someone, I'm supposed to stay and endure. Because let's be honest, especially millennials, not many parents taught their kids how to love or what to expect. All we knew was you're supposed to do this to be a good woman. You're supposed to prove you're a good woman. You're not supposed to date when you're growing up, of course. And then when you get in your 20s, parents expect you to just bring the perfect partner. How? You never taught us how to have boundaries. You never taught us how to say no, enough is enough. You never taught us how to walk away when things were not moving the correct kind of way. You didn't tell us any of these things. And we were tossed into relationships trying to bring back that husband because the world has taught women that if you're not married by the age of 24, 27, 28, then you're not good enough. You're not worthy no more. You will become an outcast. So a lot of women will put themselves in situations that they know it's not healthy for them or good for them. But as long as they deem it that they're in love, it cancels everything. Between last week and this is an everyday occurrence in the world, it's not just Nigeria. I have seen this story of this husband with his 18-year-old wife who he brutalized, literally almost could have taken out her eye. And another story of the guy who was boxing, using his muscles on a woman. And I have a question for men like these. What is really wrong? What is really the problem? Because at this point, I can deem abuse as a disease because it doesn't make sense. And I always say, these men can only act like this because we allow it to go on. We allow it. For those of you who don't know me, I was in a 11-year relationship, and for 9 out of those, 9.5, 10 out of those years, I was physically abused. Now, everyone told me to walk away, but I thought, oh my God, they taught me that you must stay. I did not realize, this is why I say, before you get into relationships, please set boundaries. Please educate yourself on what you would permit and what you wouldn't permit. For years, women have been taught that, hey, they beat you small is a correction, Abi. That's what they teach Nigerian women right now. Now, I got into my relationship when I was 19, turning 20. At that point, and my partner, as of then, was 8 years older than me. They should know better. Now, I went from being a child to going to university to being in a relationship. Didn't know anything about it. I just knew that, okay, I liked this person. Now, when the first abuse started, it was because I had seen a chick call, and I've had issues with this particular chick call my person's phone, and he was heading out, obviously, to meet the girl. And we got into an argument. And the first time he hit me was a punch, a close fist, straight in my face. When I say I saw stars, I saw stars. I fell back on the table, broke the center table, and I lay down there. Now, the only time I woke up was when I realized that he was on top of me, like just panicking and scared and all that. And then I'm like, huh? What happened? Then when I looked at my face, my whole eye was black and all. Now, instantly, I'm like, you know what? Get out my house. Excuse my French, And I went silent of course, I had to treat myself and everything. For months, I said no. He would beg. He would beg on the streets. He would see me heading to the mall. He would stand in front of my gym and crawl on his knees from the gym to the mall. And my mom is like, listen, this thing, that's how it starts. It always starts like this. I promise you, the first time a man decides to lay his hands on you, he's just testing. He doesn't mean it at first, right? And he would be genuinely sorry for that hit because he doesn't know what's going to happen. You could get angry, you could arrest him, you could decide to be done with the relationship. They always feel bad the first time. But you see, the second, even if it's a slap, the second you permit that to happen, I promise you, you're only teaching the men how to keep doing the same thing, and they're gonna get better at it because they look at you now as, oh my God, how pathetic. She would actually go through anything, and it gets worse. It always starts with a slap, with a punch, with a choke, it always gets worse. By the end of 11 years, I had my ribs bruised. I had my tooth almost taken out. It's still chipped till now. And they were very careful not to hurt the face. I've been choked, I don't know how many times, even 3 days after I got home after giving birth. Now, you would ask me, why did you stay? At first, I told myself it was love, right? I love this person so much I couldn't imagine. And plus, we're supposed to fight for families. But then it got to the point where I tried to get out and I couldn't get out anymore because it came with if you leave me, I will your child, and do myself too. So it was never. And every time I tried to put my foot down, it became even worse. Going to the police, I didn't want to do that to my little one. But eventually I did, and it still found a way to twist. See, it is very hard to educate people that are in love. But at my age right now, I wish my mom was strong enough to really yank me out of there, lock me in a cupboard for like, hey, call the police, do whatever you had to do. Because it always starts off little. You see, after that time, he apologized to my mom the first time. He cried. He did everything. And guess what? The next hit wasn't even 2 months after that. They will always sweet you up with, oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I don't know what happened to me. Oh my God, I'm going through a lot. Oh my God. There is always a reason for bad behavior. Before you start having intimacy with any man, especially as a young girl, please learn who you are and what you would put up with. Majority of mothers now will tell you, oh, just stay, it is family. No. Or if you leave your family, I want to, no. You leave for your own well-being. We tell ourselves we wouldn't find love anymore, but you would find love. Love is something that comes. You're not meant to be with a toxic person, and you're not their therapist. Whatever they say they are going through is not your problem to handle. There's dealing with a normal situation and dealing with aggression. And if you think physical abuse is it's all that, there's still emotional abuse. You see, words, a man that will bring you down and make you feel small and tell you how nobody else will love you, And this particular situation is very weird to me because a lot of men came out to say, oh, but where's the girl's father? How can they allow her get married at 18? Yada, yada, yada. When the world has taught people to couple themselves up before they are even matured enough. The world has told people, because they've always used girls for grooming. They've always tried to groom children because they know that the older a woman is, she's more seasoned and she knows right from wrong. So they like them young. And listen to this woman real quick.
The best time for a lady to be married is from age 22 till 27. Honestly, after 27, I cannot even vouch for that kind of lady again because what? My reason is simple. Most of these advanced ladies, I call them advanced. Do your worst. I call them advanced, yes. They are full of bitter experiences. They are full of negative experiences. Most of them have been used and dumped by other men. They are full of rage and hurt.
You see, women like those I completely detest. Because I am sorry, from a matured woman to another matured woman, you could take your time to educate young women on how to get to know themselves, finish their educations, focus on their career, because in this life, I'm sorry, as a woman also, you need your own financial stability. Because even if you get married, you never know what can happen. Life happens. Your husband can be gone one day. You need to have your own financial stability. Stay away from relationships, especially when it involves intimacy, long enough till you know what your value and your worth is. But no, you put pressure on women by calling them basically useless if they don't get married before the age of 27. Knowing fully well the caliber of people that are out there in the world. Instead of you to help them set their lives positively, you push them into marriage. And when things like this happen, abuse happen, you will still be the first one to say, oh, you should have known better. Oh, why didn't you pick correctly? Oh, there would always be an excuse. I know a lot of women will not listen to me on this one because they think their love and what they feel is the most important thing in this life. But please, walk away. Walk away when there's abuse, emotionally, physically, or financial abuse. Walk away. because you might not live till see tomorrow, and that's